Hello, welcome to Geeking Out with Shad. There is some exciting news just released today in the EV world, and then there's been some other news that's been going on for about a month now that I want to talk about because this stuff is really important. The announcement made today is that 7 auto manufacturers, and these are heavy hitters. Let's see if I can just remember them all off the top of my head. GM, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Hyundai, Kia, Honda, and Stellantis. Dang, that's like really good. I remembered all of them. They are going to combine together to start an EV charging network. And some of the wording that they have in this release is super important. Reliability, quality are two really big ones that they're talking about. Also having amenities where the chargers are, making it a pleasant experience. You have to realize these are manufacturers that have fully decided to go all in on EVs. And if people have their cars and they have a bad charging experience, they're not going to want an EV. So they realize that they need to improve the charging infrastructure, the charging network, and make for a better customer experience. I have talked about this on my channel before, and one of the big things is I say you should be able to get in your EV, go on a road trip, and when you see your battery level getting low, let's just say 25%. Like if I'm driving my car and I'm at a quarter tank of gas, that's kind of when I'm like, I better get gas, right? You should be able to do that in an EV without doing all this meticulous planning ahead of time, and know that you can pull off at a stop nearby, find a charger, charge up your car, maybe grab a bite to eat, whatever. Like until the charging network gets to that point, we're just not going to get wide adoption. It just won't happen. People, they're too used to being able to go and get gas anywhere they need to within, increments that they know they can drive to without having to have some app or map or pre-planning their whole route and everything like that. I've talked about this a couple of times on my channel, and that's what needs to happen. So it's good that these manufacturers, and I bet you more manufacturers are gonna jump on board. So combine this announcement that was made just today about these 7 manufacturers creating a network with the other announcement that's recently been made about NACS. NACS is the North American Charging Standard. It is what the Tesla charging plug uses. That is now going to start be adopted by more and more manufacturers. All these big hitters again, GM, Ford, so on and so forth, have all committed to changing over to the NACS system. So Tesla won that battle. Speaking of Tesla, like the most genius thing that they did was even before they had a bunch of cars on the road, they knew they needed a charging network. They started building a charging network. Like they got it. And now all the other manufacturers that are making EVs are kind of behind the curve, and I think they finally realized, hey, Elon Musk was right. You need a charging network. So now Tesla says that starting in late 2024, they're going to start offering their chargers up to other EVs, along with EVs adopting the NACS standard. Now that's going to mean for people like me who just bought a brand new Ioniq 5, I'm going to need some type of adapter. Well, what's pretty cool about this new network is they say they're going to have both CCS and NACS available at their chargers. So they're going to be able to cover all EVs. Their big thing is all EVs, which is including Teslas, right, need to be able to be charged at their networks. So that's super important. Huge news. And it's gonna happen rather quickly. These companies are very aggressive. They're very much on this move to EVs. And I feel like it's getting even more important to them. Toyota has made big announcements about solid state batteries, things like that. We need to do this. If you're somebody out there that today doesn't believe in climate change and doesn't believe that this is important, I'm sorry. You're out of the loop on this one. We have record temperatures. We've got, Texas, which is one of those states. It's actually more of a purple state than anything, but it's a pretty crazy state politically. They have more and more renewable energy, but they also have some of the hottest temperatures that they've ever had, and it keeps getting worse year after year after year. So we need to do this, and the auto manufacturers realize we need to do it. They no longer want to be beholden onto the oil industry, which is corrupt and has been corrupt for a very long time and has denied the damages that they've been doing to the globe, and so on and so forth. So it's happening, and it's really great announcement to hear that these companies have made this announcement and decided that yes, we need a better charging network. The other cool news about this is all of their chargers are going to supposedly use renewable energy, which is pretty cool also. So they're going to have to come up with ways of getting renewable energy, solar, wind, whatever, to power these chargers. So we're not going to have to worry so much about the grid that everybody worries about, because they're going to have to enhance that to do these chargers anyway. And they're talking about doing it through renewable energy. Very cool stuff to hear. Implementation is another thing, right? But I do like it that they're at least talking about it. And if they even come close to achieving some of these goals, that'll be a huge improvement to what we have today. And I'll say this again, Electrify America is probably one of the biggest failures out there right now. And it's interesting because if you really think about what's going on with Electrify America, they were forced to build a charging network through Volkswagen. Electrify America is Volkswagen's company, and they were forced to do it because of that whole diesel emissions standard. It was one of those agreements they made. And now we're seeing that when a company is forced to do something, they don't do a very good job of it. Sure, they made all these chargers, but half of them don't work. Their quality sucks. The customer experience sucks. All of that. So these car companies that are coming together to create this network have realized we can't rely on something like Electrify America. We got to do it ourselves. We got to make it happen. And it's really good news. So more to come on this, and so on and so forth. And I have some more updates I got to give on this car. I've got, over 1,000 miles on it now, so on and so forth. Appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.